And this morning on today's Pets, we're going to play Pet Matchmaker, trying to find the dog personality that best suits your personality. And Warren Eckstein, our pet expert, is here. Good morning, Warren.
Good morning, Lester. How are you?
I'm well. You know, it's love at first sight here for me, and sometimes that's the problem. You know, people see a cute dog, and I'll take it.
And you know, you really have to match the personality not only of yourself but the entire family. Just a prime example: if you're a couch potato and don't exercise, then perhaps a golden retriever is not the right dog for you. But it is the ideal family dog for the average American family. They're always in the top five.
What should you ask yourself though when you're looking for a pet?
How much exercise is going to be involved? The cost of grooming. You know, it's a lot more costly to feed a golden retriever than a Chihuahua. And if you have a poodle, it costs a lot for grooming. So you want to take into consideration the lifestyle of the family. If you're a jogger, a golden retriever might be the perfect dog.
I'm just going to walk off with this dog.
I see you're leaving.
Let me ask you about golden retrievers, because we think of them as among the most gentle of the dog family, and it makes a good family dog.
As a rule, they are, but like anything else, what you put in is what you get out. So even though you get a golden retriever, which is an ideal family dog, make sure you socialize it really early on when you get it.
Okay, I hate to give you up, but
I know we're going to give these guys up. We're going to move down. Let's go to our most intelligent dogs. We have a.
I'm going to put my mic back on because
we have a border collie and we have a standard poodle, which by far are considered the two of the most intelligent dogs there are.
But they need a lot of stimulation then.
That's the big problem. People everyone wants a smart dog. You know, no one calls me up and says, "Hey Warren, can I get a stupid dog?" They all want a smart one, and then they get the dog home and the dog gets bored and becomes destructive. So it's really critical to make sure you keep them mentally stimulated. This is a dog that needs a job.
Is it good? Now, I have a Bordy mix, and I have two dogs. Is it good to have two dogs when you have one like this?
It is. There are certain times that dogs need other dogs. We bore them. There are certain times they need other dogs to play with. Absolutely.
Right,
so the two most intelligent, the French poodle, or freedom poodles as I call them, and the border collie. Now here's an interesting breed of dog.
Nice haircut, by the way.
This is a Rottweiler, and they get a bad rap all the time because it's a protective dog. Yeah, but you know, protection doesn't mean aggression. This is a sweetheart, a lovely dog. But the most important thing is to get it from a good breeder, socialize it, expose it young, train it young, and it turns out to be a great dog also.
But you should also keep in mind with a dog like this that it's going to be intimidating to some people.
Well, it is, just because of the looks of the dog and the fact it's going to bark more at the door than maybe the golden retriever. But at the same time, if you socialize, it can also be a great family dog.
But professional training is the best way to go with any
dog?
Professional
training, absolutely.
Right.
And more important, socialize. Now, this was hard to book because I had to call these people up and say, look, I want dogs that don't listen to anyone. So I got an Irish setter, and it used to be a Jack Russell Terrier, folks, but now it's a Parsons Russell Terrier.
I just read that, a Parsons
Just last year, the AKC changed the name to Parsons Russell Terrier. I guess the reason they're named after John Parsons, I believe the guy, John who was a parson,
right?
John Russell. Great dogs, but again, it's not that their lack of intelligence makes them this way. It's the fact that they just have so much energy and they just focus on everything around them.
I saw one of these chasing a squirrel up a tree once. I mean, climbing the tree.
No, this dog would drive if you let it. That's how they're bright, but they need a lot of socializing.
Now, tell me about the Irish here.
Irish setter is one of those dogs that this is the Peter Pan of the dog world. Right? This dog reaches maturity at about 13 years old, Lester. They just stay puppies their whole lives, and they need that.
But when you have a dog that doesn't listen there, what does that require in terms of the way you're going to raise?
Exposure.
He wants to dance now.
Exposure, socialization. And let me have these two guys here. These are probably my favorites. These are two generic dogs, as I call them.
Generic
mixed breed dogs from the Humane Society in New York. And even though all of these dogs have specific personalities, a lot of the personality is what the owner puts in. So if you go to a Humane Society or a shelter and you adopt dogs, like these two have to go together, and they're looking for a home, you bring them home, you really find out that no matter what type of dog you have, if you put in the time and effort, if you give it the hugs and kisses, if you give it the education and the socializing, your dog's going to turn out great.
You know, one of my dogs is purebred and got into the breeder. The other came from a rescue situation, and that's the better dog. Sweet, in terms of disposition and sweetness and all those sorts of things.
Because you're a nice guy, Lester. It tells me something about you. Really? No, I can tell about a dog by speaking to the owner.
Well, these are beautiful dogs.
For adoption, guys.
These guys are for adoption?
These two are for adoption, absolutely.
How old are they? Do we know how old they are?
One's, I think, 7 and one's about 5. The 96-year-old person who owned them passed away, and they're both up for adoption. Should go together.
And they're a couple of sweeties. Warren, always good to have you by.
My pleasure, Lester.
Thanks, everybody, for bringing the pets by, and we'll be right back. These guys are cute.